if you're thinking about the time frame on becoming unwell, by the time people are getting to these places, it's almost like they don't even realize how long that time period has been. It's been like a long time in the making. And with EBV, there's a process to reduce it in the body, right, and reduce it in the thyroid. So these structures have to recover. You have to get back that platform for the parasympathetic and be in that state of healing. And as that unfolds, you know, I've seen amazing and miraculous things. Like I almost want to say, you know, those miracle places can happen, but I can't say that that's exactly what will happen. It's almost like, I don't know, it's being saying to me, I would be foolish if I kind of said that I can't do that. But I know you've had a lot of great changes and shifts, even with joy coming back. Like, again, there's all these things in life. It's like you've got to start living from that place. You're working really hard yourself to kind of make more and more shifts and changes. And I can see that transpiring. And the other day on the call, you were talking about how if you had any symptoms, you'd be straight to Dr. Google, and then Dr. Google would tell you a million things that was wrong, that you're literally dying. So that mindset shift, that change, that coming out of fear, all of those things are key elements in the body healing more and more. I would have to say it's a progression, and to keep an eye on it. So that makes it a little tricky, because I understand for you now there's this time frame, but also that process of healing, it kind of can't be rushed. Like, there's a process to it, right? And this is what I always talk about in healing. You have to find the reasons why they were there, right? And even that fear response. So then I was talking to somebody today about, even I see a lot of people that do seriously restrictive diets for so long, and then they're disappointed because the protocol didn't work. But I'm like, you're not factoring in the neurological stress in the mind that's holding the digestive system in this deep state of stress. So you have to work from it from here. So again, it's almost like the nodules that you have, they will have a different story to somebody else's nodules. I know for you, there's been so much purging, so much coming up, right? All this heightened stuff. And I think for you, I would be, you know how I talked about going back and doing that process with the earth and bringing the energy up and feeling things shift? You know, these processes that people will talk about doing, and they'll talk about how they visualize them going. Like, again, there'll be reasons for this. So as you go through this program, obviously I'm redirecting, you know, like healing deep neurological structures and taking you out of sympathetic nervous system dominance. But it's really healing all the reasons why that massive fear response got heightened in you. Like, for you, that's massive. So the gauge is, yeah, I'm stepping into trust, I'm more joy, I'm kind of in that place. But it's also starting to reduce that EBV. So for you, probably on the next session, I might take even that percentage in the thyroid, like where it's really at, because I do these different structures, but I don't really focus sometimes on a structure and a percentage in that structure. But for you, it's also like about you getting back in alignment with your path progression, really being in alignment with what you're going to bring into the world. And you've got fabulous gifts, but the gifts have been tainted and driven by fear. There's no way to use any gifts. It's like all you've done is use your gifts and tried to make inquiries about your illness rather than elevated information. Does that make sense what I'm saying? And it's time to kind of drop that fear response and really start tuning in.